In concluding, Mr. Speaker, my sincere appreciation goes to President Zuma and Deputy President Motlanthe for their guidance and support throughout this year. It's been a difficult economic year. My appreciation also goes to colleagues of the Ministers' Committee on Budget for their continuous and vigorous engagement with the challenges that we face and their bold and steadfast advice to Cabinet. I want to, above all, thank my Cabinet colleagues who collectively own this budget. Their support and understanding for tough measures, including taking head cuts and haircuts, is highly appreciated. A heartfelt thank you to Deputy Minister Nene, whose vigilant participation and sound advice is invaluable at all times. Thanks to the MECs of Finance, who play a critical role as guardians of some 43% of our collective spending. They have a heavy responsibility. In addition, our appreciation goes to Governor Marcus and the Deputy Governors of the South African Reserve Bank for their constructive management of monetary policy, to Commissioner Opa Makashula and the staff of the Revenue Service for their diligent contribution to fiscal stability. I hope better times return for them soon and they give us more money. The Financial and Fiscal Commission and its acting chairperson, Mr. Kumalo, for their contributions to the budget process, Mr. Jabu Maleketi, chair of the DBSA, and its brand new CEO, Mr. Dlamini, who are positioning the DBSA to make a greater contribution to infrastructure development. To the chair, Mr. Ngubane, and the CEO, Mr. Hadebe, of the Land Bank, and Mr. Hadebe in particular for his illustrious service to the bank. His turnaround strategy really worked. The leadership of the PIC, the Financial Services Board, the Financial Intelligence Center, the Government Pension Administration Agency, thanks to all of you for running a good show. The Managing Director of NEDLAC, Mr. Smith, and the constituency representatives for their engagements with Treasury, which I hope will continue to improve. The Honorable Taba Mufamadi and Cheryl De Beer, who chair the Standing and Select Committees on Finance respectively, and the chairpersons of the Appropriations Committees, the Honorable Sogoni and Chane, who ensure that Parliament remains a vibrant forum for engagement and participation. To our Director General, Lungisa Fuzile and Mrs. Fuzile, for his professionalism, his frankness, and profound commitment to building credible institutions and advancing government's objectives. To the rest of the management and staff of the National Treasury, whose extraordinary contributions and caring for a better South Africa enhances our country's standing in all international fora. I think they produced all these documents. To my Chief of Staff, Mr. Mokhajane, and the Ministry staff for their enthusiastic support, and to my family for making my contribution possible. And finally, I must express sincere gratitude to South Africans from all walks and parts of South Africa who offer words of encouragement and assurance, as well as critiques and concerns. This is what keeps us accountable and drives us to constantly improve our performance as government. Thank you. So forgive the long presentation, but this is just to remind you on what we said for about an hour and a half. There are signs that the global economy is improving. However, uncertainty remains, and the events around us certainly suggest they're going to remain for some time. Future growth, South Africa's economy must grow faster and it must grow more inclusively. There's no other alternative for us. Future growth is also dependent on private sector investment in the economy. They must do their share to contribute to growth in South Africa. The National Development Plan will be implemented by government together with other plans and budgets will be aligned accordingly. Government continues to invest significantly in infrastructure and will continue to do so. We are taking additional steps to create opportunities for young people. By this time next year, let us say that we now actually have implemented schemes. Reduced revenue results in less spending in the years ahead unless the economy grows. There are new opportunities to be seized in Africa and other emerging markets. Let's energize ourselves to seize them. We are committed to reviewing and assessing our tax policy framework and its role in supporting the objectives of inclusive growth, employment, development, and fiscal sustainability. A new local government formula benefits significantly rural municipalities. Honourable Speaker, I hereby table before the House this afternoon the budget speech, the Budget Review 2013, the Division of Revenue Bill tabled in terms of Section 10(1) of the Intergovernmental Fiscal Relations Act, the Appropriation Bill, the estimates of national expenditure. Those are all the documents that lie in front of me, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Speaker, I table this budget in the hope that as a nation, as the President said, we will be able to rise above our own interests. And as you said, Mr. President, prevail with greater maturity, pull together and take this country forward. We have said that South Africa is changing. Indeed, it has changed since 1994. Let us work together to ensure that tomorrow will be better than today. In conclusion, let me remind this House of what former President Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we led." Thank you very much.